The following podcast is sponsored by Synchrony. Ambition lives everywhere. At Synchrony, we believe yours isn't something you just look forward to. It's what you work forward to. That's why we partner with businesses to provide the payment tools and technologies, promotional financing, and retail insights that help give customers the buying power they need. Every day at over 350,000 partner locations, we help people and businesses fulfill their unique ambitions. What are you working forward to? Learn more at synchronyfinancial.com. Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 147 of Total Retail Talks. In today's episode, Editor-in-Chief Melissa Campanelli sits down with Alyssa Steele, Vice President of Merchandising at eBay. Listen in as they share what lies ahead for eBay, new technologies, and more. All recorded live at this year's Total Retail Roundtable in San Francisco. And now, on to the show.
I'm great.
Good.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So let's talk a little bit about eBay. I feel like there's been a lot of iterations of eBay, over the years. I think of you guys as a retailer marketplace, but why don't you just describe how do you describe the company eBay now in its present form?
Sure, super. Here's what I would tell you. Okay. eBay enables every person to find their version of perfect. If that's based on the best value, the best choice, delivered when and how, where you need it. Which is a bit of a mouthful, but it's that simple in a nutshell. That's the thing that's so powerful about eBay, and what I love is the breadth of selection and ability to do that for people, to surprise and delight in that way. And we have been on a journey. I'd say we're executing a really aggressive plan, executing aggressively against that plan to transform eBay. That's been one, across sharpening our brand image. Two, we're really transforming and evolving the eBay platform and experience. And then three, driving consumer consideration and rising to what I think is a new retail standard. Which has been pretty fun to be a part of, yes.
And that kind of jumps into my next question, which is your role as VP of Merchandising. Yes. So what does that mean? I mean, we were talking today, sometimes people don't really understand merchandising. Is it marketing? So maybe you can just talk about your role there and merchandising and at eBay.
Sure. The best advice I ever got was that if you can think like a customer and understand their pain points, and understand the decision drivers for selection, you can be a merchant. And that really stuck with me early in my career. My role is to be the customer's advocate for value and bring that to life for them. And in a place like eBay, there's no place more fun to do that when you think about the massive reach. There's about 170 million active buyers across 190 markets worldwide, paired with what I consider to be unparalleled breadth and depth of selection and assortment. We've got about 1 billion listings strong, so a lot to work with when you're in my field. Right. Delivering on that selection and choice and value has never been more fun for me.
Wow, I didn't realize the breadth of it. Is it in every country or? 190
markets, so hard pressed to find a place where you can't find someone that has an experience with eBay, which is also pretty neat.
So talking more about your career, I know that you started eBay Wine at one point, so I'd love to talk about that. That's kind of a fun thing, especially being here in the Bay Area. So what was that like?
It was a really fun thing. It makes for a great opener, too. People always want to talk to you once they know you know something about the wine space. Yeah. We are always evaluating opportunities to bring new categories to eBay and to expand. It's in large part driven by customer demand patterns that we see and industries that are largely not served in that space. And that no better spot, really, than to bring to bear market for our large audience base and for a lot of the smaller wineries that would not otherwise have that outlet. We can serve as a good resource for them too, which is really the heart of eBay.
So is it still is it a growing area or?
It is. I encourage everybody to go check out ebay.com/wine. See if you can find your perfect bottle.
Let's see. Let me just jump ahead here. So I know that you also came to eBay after spending I guess it was a decade at Home Depot. So how has your retail background helped your sort of traditional brick and mortar retail background helped with your role at eBay, sort of merging it together?
So I would tell you, I am a retail fanatic. I am retail obsessed. Merchandising is in my blood. It is what I wake up every morning and think about and love my job. And it's really about transferable skills, whether it's retail or folks talk about e-tail, brick and mortar, omni-channel. At the end of the day, it's all commerce. And it's just really that simple about finding the right product at the right time, at the right price, and serving that up to fill a customer need.
Let's see. So also, I understand that you were the merchandising lead for eBay's largest campaigns from the spring and holiday in 2017. So, and they both delivered record highs. So, can you talk a little bit about those campaigns and why they were so successful, in your opinion?
So this past Cyber Monday was our largest day in eBay history, which was a tremendous, it was exhilarating to be on campus. It was a fun part to be part of making that happen. Super proud of that and proud of the team for delivering it. And at the same time, it is very fundamental. It is, what is simple is just not always easy, but it goes right back to right product, right price, right time, and serving that up for people when, where, and how they want to consume it, either on our platform or through distributed commerce.
But can you talk a little bit more detail, like about the campaigns themselves? I mean, was there a marketing component or advertising component, or?
Of course, yes, yeah. And yes. There are all of those things. But my focus, my passion, really is on the product itself.
Right.
So understanding through the rich data that eBay has what the consumer demands were going to be, what the trends were going to be, what kind of price points we needed to be at, very much like a traditional retailer would think, and then serving those up wherever the customer was shopping. So leveraging some of the newer technologies that where we have voice-activated commerce, for example, or ShopBot in the Facebook Messenger, as well as obviously our own app and website, to make sure that we had the products that we knew would be in demand.
Right. Okay, great. And that kind of jumps into my next question, which was about, I know that you guys are putting some investments in emerging technologies. And one that we talked about was AI and how you're using it, I think with email. Is that correct? So can you talk a little bit about that? That's interesting, like the new technology and how it's...
Sure. So we often talk about AI power, that eBay runs on AI, and it powers much of our buying and shopping experiences. What I would actually talk about more than the email, I think, is what I find super interesting is most recently what we've been doing with image search technology.
Oh, wow.
So when you think about image search, there are certain categories where a picture is always going to be more powerful than words. We see customers choosing to do that in spaces that I think are super intuitive as an individual. Fashion, home goods, collectible items. And think, tonight, I am here, I see someone who's wearing a blouse that I particularly like. If I go to find that on the internet and it has wide sleeves, do I search it as bell sleeve, wide sleeve, angel sleeve, something else? And unless I work in an industry where I might know the actual term, words can often be inadequate. By leveraging that picture, it does the hard work for you, and computer vision really is what's put at work, rather than having the person have to find the right language to find that blouse.
So are you increasing that, or you're enhancing it, or what are some of the things that you're doing with it?
Exactly. So image search now available, rolled out forever iterating, but rolled that out in the fall, as well as the ability, if you are on your favorite blog, for example, to put that image up and bring it directly into eBay, to effectively turning the life around you into a shopping experience.
That's interesting. Wow. And that's available now? Like we could do that now?
Yes.
Like if I saw
if
something
you go
that
into
I
your
liked.
eBay app, snap a photo, and search for that, you will be able to find that matching item, something similar, something comparable based on the computer vision's recognition of what you're serving up as your choice, available on eBay.
That's cool. I mean, is there any other tech that you want to talk about? That was going to be another question, sort of what are you thinking of that's happening now? Is there anything in the future that you're looking at? Or
So we continue, this year we'll be very focused on upping our customer experience game. You can, in that will be continued investment in artificial intelligence. We'll continue to invest in the image and voice technology. image search being one example of that. Artificial intelligence, I had said, and then augmented and virtual reality, as well as distributed commerce.
Tell me a little bit about the voice too, because I feel like that's obviously a trend, but I don't know if retailers are necessarily know how it works for them. So how are you guys working with that?
So not too dissimilar from several others that I think are out there. The ability to do shopping, for example, on your Google Home device, where you could say, hey, eBay, serve up that blouse.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to sort of wrap it up because it's getting late.
Yes.
But what is what's next on the horizon for eBay or in your role in merchandising there?
Yeah, it's a really fun time to be at eBay. It has been an evolution over the last couple of years. Our future is really bright. I'm very confident in the strategy that we have in place, the plan to get there, and most importantly, I think the culture, which is one that's just energized around delivering on these commitments. We are focused on raising the bar on our customer experience and continuing to accelerate our growth again this year. What's particularly exciting, I think, to me is the investments that we're making in returns and delivery this year, in search, as well as in those technology platforms that we spoke about earlier.
So what are you doing with returns and deliveries? That is a hot area. I should have been asking you about that.
Yes, it's a great question. Well, one, for example, is part of, I would say, as rising to that retail standard, we have eBay Guaranteed Delivery that we rolled out last fall, eligible on about 20 million items today that will deliver in 3 days or less, with several million of those also shipping for free. So we're continuing to push that envelope with the breadth and selection we have to deliver it to people when they want it.
Wow.
Thanks for listening. For more information on this podcast, be sure to visit our podcast channel page at www.mytotalretail.com/podcast for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher, but be sure to subscribe to our podcast channel page as well. Thanks, and until next time, this has been Total Retail Talks.
This podcast has been brought to you by Synchrony. Because ambitions live everywhere. At Synchrony, we have the payment tools and technologies, promotional financing, and retail insights to help you reach yours. Learn more at synchronyfinancial.com.